guys, welcome back. It's your girl Katie here, and today's video I'm going to be doing a recap on my Shop My Stash for the month of December. So basically what that means is I'm just going to go through all the products that I used for this month, and I'm going to tell you guys whether or not I'm still loving them, or if my thoughts have changed about it, or if I'm still loving it, just things like that. But before we get on into this video, please make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future uploads. But to no further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so I'm just going to go through the products as I would apply them on my face. You guys know how I do things with primers, and if this is your first time here, I don't use primers. I haven't for a while now. I just use moisturizers, so I don't have a primer to talk about, so I'm just going to jump right in with the foundation. And the foundation that I used this month was a Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Full Coverage foundation here. And I have it in the shade Ivory, which is 115. This wasn't the first time I've used this foundation. It's the first time I used it for a full month. There's a couple of things I have to say about this foundation. I think it's a pretty decent foundation. It does have a scent to it, and it's not a super strong scent, but it's strong enough to when I'm applying it, I can smell it. But after I apply it, the smell disperses. I don't smell it anymore. But for people that are fragrance sensitive or just don't like fragrances at all, I don't think you'll like this one. The coverage I wouldn't say is full coverage. I would say it's more of a medium coverage. It's definitely heavier than light, but it's not full coverage. If I have blemishes or anything, I always have to go back over with a concealer or something to really hide the blemishes. I did notice that sometimes I feel like this foundation can get a little bit on the cakey side, and it's not even for me applying too much. It just can get cakey really easily, so I wouldn't really, I don't know, it's not bad. It's just, maybe it depends on how my skin is doing that day. It just seems like on my skin tone, it can just kind of get a little, I can definitely see that it's sitting on my skin. It doesn't blend in super well. But I do think this is not a bad, I'm not saying this is a bad one, and I will definitely continue using this one. It's just not my overall favorite. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. For concealer, I use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is not the first time I've used this one either. I still really like this one. I would say this is a really close dupe to the, what's it called, Tarte Shape Tape. It is very similar to that. I wouldn't say it's an exact dupe, but it is a very close dupe to that concealer. So yeah, still really like this one. This is in the shade Light Sand. Really good concealer. Haven't had any issues with this at all, so yeah, still liking that one. Skipping a setting powder because I was using up one, so I don't really have anything to say about that one. Alright, so we're moving on to brows. Now, I had to pull 2 brow products out, and the reason being is the one I wanted to try out for the full month was the Benefit Gimme Brow Gel here. It's in the shade 4, and I did have to go ahead and pull out another brow product. This is the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Definer Pencil. I've used this for a really long time. I really do like this one. But I had to pull this one out to go with this one because I found that this one, even though I do like the idea of it, I like that it's a gel, I like how tiny the little brush is. The brush works really well. I just found that it wasn't enough for my brows. My brows are very thin. I wouldn't say they're super thin, but if I trim them and things, I will have bald spots just from where it doesn't seem like eyebrow hair just doesn't grow in certain areas. So I would say they're thin. So I found that this just didn't cover those spots. No matter how much I built, it would only build up to so much, and then it would start to kind of rub off, I guess, from me trying to build it up so much. So what I found that I had to do with this product is I had to go in first with the brow definer pencil here to fill in the bald spots. So I'm just going to call them what they are, bald spots. And then I could go in with this and get the rest of it with just this. So for me personally, I don't like this product. It's not bad, it just doesn't work for me because of how patchy my eyebrows are. So I don't want to have to go in with 2 different products. I just find that defeats the purpose. I find that there's no point in this product for me then if this one will just do the job on its own, you know. But since I have it, I'm going to go ahead and use it up. But that's just how I had to get this product to work for me, is I had to go in with another one, unfortunately. Alright, and then for bronzer, this one was the first time for me, or first time trying this out, was the Wet n Wild bronzer here. So here is what it looks like. And I used quite a bit of it up. I already have kind of like a little bit of a dip in there. I would say this product is not bad at all. I would say definitely for the price. I mean, I don't really remember how much it was, but it's Wet n Wild, so I know it's an affordable price. I have it on. I have all the products on today that I'm showing you guys. So yeah, I'd say this is a pretty decent bronzer. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I don't think it's bad at all. The one thing, the biggest complaint I have about this product is the packaging. I don't know if it's just my packaging, but I had to keep it open the whole time. I could never clasp or close it all the way, because if I did, I had the hardest time getting it back open. And I always feel like I'm about to break a nail or something opening it. So I don't like it when I feel like I'm going to break a nail trying to open it. And I'm not being like dramatic or anything. Like some of the times when I try to open it, it really felt like it was pulling back my nail, and I hate that feeling. So I'd always have to go in like with the tweezers or something and pry it open. So I feel like, but again, this is like a cheap product. This is, our Wet n Wild is, you know, it's a cheap. I wouldn't say it's the cheapest, but it's pretty cheap. So I can't expect, you know, them to put a lot of money into the packaging, because they're trying to keep it affordable, which I appreciate. That's just like the main thing is, it's not, I don't know, if you have issues with your hands or have trouble opening things up, this one will probably, you'll have trouble with it. But if you have a good pair of tweezers nearby, you can just go in and pop it open. It works just fine. As for the actual product, I think it looked pretty nice on the skin. I did find that I kind of had to go in kind of light-handed with it, because it could get muddy on me pretty easily. But that's just, with my skin tone, I'm pretty fair, so I have to be very careful with bronzers just in general, because they can get muddy on me. So overall, I like this product a lot, just not the packaging. Alright. I have to remember to breathe sometimes, because I start talking and then I forget to breathe. Does anybody else have that problem? Alright, so moving on with the products. I pulled out 2 blushes this month. One I pulled out from ColourPop, and this is from their Candyland collab. And this is the Gummy More Super Shock Cheek blush here. So that's what that one looks like. And then the other one that I pulled out is actually a cheek and a blush and a highlighter palette. And this is by Wanderer Beauty. And this is the Dusk to Dawn highlighter and blush palette here. It's got 2 blushes in it, so that's why it said I put it in my blush drawer. But it does have 1 highlighter over here. But they're the blush shades. Alright, so talking about the Wanderer Beauty one, this actually surprised me, but I actually really, really like this product. And this is the first time using both of these for me. I just pulled out 2 that I hadn't tried out. And I don't know, I really like this blush shade a lot. I didn't think I was, and there's some things I don't like about it, mainly being the packaging. I really don't like the packaging. I don't like how it has just these long strips in there. I don't know, it's not the worst. Maybe I'm just being picky, but for me, getting my brush in there, I always feel like I'm not even getting, like, I don't know, you have to use kind of a particular small brush. I couldn't use a big one because I don't think the product would get on my brush very well. So mainly the issue I have is mostly just the packaging. The actual blush itself is very pigmented, and the formula looks really nice. I don't have any complaints about it. And the highlighter is not, the highlighter is nice as well. I wouldn't say it's the most blinding one, but if you want like just a little bit of a gold highlight, because it is a gold highlight, I think it is really nice. I prefer more of a blinding highlight, but I mean, if this is all that I had to use, then I would just be fine with it. Alright, and then moving on to the ColourPop one. Whew. This is the first time I've ever said something about ColourPop that wasn't positive. I didn't like this blush at all, unfortunately. And it didn't really have anything to do with the formula. It's just the actual, maybe it is the formula, I don't know. The actual shade itself is very light, and I thought that was going to be fine at first because, you know, I'm pretty fair. But this is almost too light to where I can't, I mean, it swatches really well. Or, you know, it swatches pretty decently. I don't know, maybe I need to play with this a bit more, but for some reason, I wasn't able to get this blush to really show up on my skin. I tried applying it with a brush. I tried applying it with kind of a sponge here, this Toddy Beauty one. I tried applying it with my fingertips, and it does have like this shimmery kind of reflex in there, and I was getting more shimmer reflex than the actual pigmentation of the blush. So I'm going to keep playing with this one to see if I can get it to work for me, but for right now, this is not looking good. I'm not liking it, and I'm sad to say that because I do really like ColourPop's products. It's just, for some reason, this one, I can't get it to work. I don't know what to do. Like I said, I'm going to keep trying it out. Maybe my sponges need to be cleaned or something. Maybe they're too dirty, or maybe my brushes, I don't know. I'll try different brushes. Maybe I need a stiffer brush. Maybe the brush I was using was too fluffy. I don't know. But yeah, right now I don't like it. It smells really good. It smells like candy, but I just couldn't get the pigment to show up on my skin. So yeah, really sad about that, but it is what it is. All right, and then moving on to highlighters. I like I said, there was a highlight in here, but I went ahead and pulled another highlighter just because, I don't know, I was feeling like pulling multiple products this month, or at least when it came to the highlighter and blush. So the other highlighter I pulled out was this Milani one here, and this is the Bake Highlighter in the shade Dulce Barley, I don't know. Anyways, here it is. And this highlight, I think, is really nice. It does feel really chalky, or like when swatching it, it feels really kind of chalky or like powdery. But I actually really do like it, and I like how it looked on my skin. It definitely is kind of more of a blinding one, or you can build it up. You can definitely build it up to where it is more of a blinding one. I had both of the highlights on today, but when I apply the Wanderer Beauty one, you can see a bit of a highlight, but as soon as I apply this one, it's like beam. There's a beam there. So definitely really like this one. Pretty impressed with it. I don't remember if this is the first time I was using this one or if I just had it in my collection and kind of forgot how I liked it, because that does happen. But I do really like this highlighter. I like the baked formula. Alright, so moving on, let's see what would be next. I think the next thing would be the eyeshadow. I would apply my eyeshadow next, and the one that I use this month is the Violet Voss Essentials 2 palette. So here's what it looks like, and to be completely honest, I mean, I obviously used the blues today because, like I said, I used all the products on my face today, but this was actually the first time I used the blue this whole month. I mean, I didn't even use the purples, and I know I should have, but let's be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I stuck to the neutral side, which was this top row here. That is what I used mostly this month, but I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna do a review on this product, I should probably use the colors, so I did use the two blues today. So I can't speak for the purples because I haven't used them yet, but I do really like this palette. The formula is really good. It's very pigmented, blends out really well. The blue was actually surprisingly really pigmented, and the shimmer worked just fine. So I'm assuming the purples will work just as well. It's just, I don't know, you know me. I like my neutrals. I'm not really drawn to the color, the bright colors, but I mean, the look that I came up with today, I think it actually looks really well. I mean, I like it. It's just not one that I would wear all the time, and you know, when I did my everyday makeup or anything, I wanted neutral shades, so that's why I stuck to that. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's all I have to say. I mean, it's a really good palette. I really like the quality of it. The pigmentation's there. It blends out well. That's really all I have to say. Definitely going to keep using this, but yeah. Just being honest with you guys, I'm not going to lie and say, oh, it's all great if I didn't use any of the shades. So like I said, I did use the blues. The blues worked really well. I'm assuming the purples would work just as well because I don't know why they wouldn't if everything else works really well. But yeah, that's all I have to say about it. So it's a good palette. Okay, so what would be next? Mascara. The mascara I used was the Grande Mascara, and it's the Lash Boosting Formula Mascara. I don't really have much to say about this. It's a good mascara. I didn't have any problems with it. The wand is a decent wand. I'd say this is the wand size that I prefer. It may be considered a little bit on the short side, but I don't have an issue with that. I do like that it's pretty skinny. I mean, it's not super skinny, but it's thin enough to where I can get my bottom lash line just fine. I mean, I don't know what it means by lash boosting formula. I haven't noticed anything in my eyelashes looking any better. I mean, I didn't think they looked bad before I started using this product, and I haven't really noticed them like, I don't know. I don't know what it means by lash boosting formula because it doesn't have a description or anything on the actual tube. If it's trying to say that it'll make your lashes grow better or more filled out or anything, I haven't noticed any of that. As for the actual mascara, it did its job. It lengthened them. It gave it a little bit maybe volume, but that's really it. And it's easy to take off whenever I take my makeup off, which is what I appreciate because I find that I do not like waterproof mascaras because they are so hard to get off, and I don't think it's worth it. And I feel like it damages my eyelashes with how, I have to kind of get rough getting it off. And I feel like I always lose eyelashes after the end of that. But, so yeah, good mascara. Don't really have. I'm definitely going to continue using it, which I'm thinking about keeping this in my rotation for a while so I can finish this up, because I know with mascaras you're really not supposed to open up a ton of them, and I kind of have several open, so this may stay in my rotation next month. I don't know. I'll see. Alright, and then last but not least is the lip products that I pulled out for this month. So I pulled out two nudes, and two reds. So starting off with the reds, the dark red shade that I pulled for this month was from Ofra, and this is their long-lasting liquid lipstick in the shade Havana Nights. Now, this product, I really do like Ofra's liquid lipsticks. I think they're one of the best ones I've ever tried, that and Dose of Colors. So the shade itself is really nice. It's like a deep vampy red. I'll go ahead and swatch it for you guys. It almost looks purpley kind of on the swatch, but it's I would say it's a vampy red. So it's just a very dark red. The formula is really good. I mean, it isn't transfer proof, so like if I kiss my back of my hand or something, you'd see the outline of it. It's not like the worst, like it doesn't come off super easy, but it does come off. If I were to drink something, it'd probably leave a bit of a print. But the formula itself was really comfortable. Unfortunately, I will have to declutter this because I noticed that it's drying out. Although it looks like there's a ton in here, whenever I pull it out of the bottle, it barely has anything, and I've kind of scraped the sides, and it seems like it's kind of caked onto the sides, so it's drying out. So unfortunately, this is the last time I'm using this one, but I would definitely, if I found this in store, definitely pick this back up, maybe if it was on sale, because you know me, I'm cheap. It's very rare for me to buy a product full price. I'll usually get it in deals, like on BoxyCharm, or if they're having a sale or something, or if I find it in TJ Maxx, I'll pick it up. So I would definitely pick up the shade again. And then the other red that I chose this month was an actual lipstick, and this is by Foley Fire, and this is in the shade Here to Slay. It's a very bright red. I've really been enjoying reds lately. But I think it's actually a really nice shade, and the formula is really nice. Of course, this is an actual lipstick, so it's going to come off if you eat or drink anything or kiss anybody. It's going to come off. But it was really comfortable on the lips, and I did enjoy wearing it this month. Alright, and then the last two is the two nudes that I chose, one being a lip gloss and the other one being a liquid lipstick. The Dose of Colors one I've been wearing a ton of because I really like this nude shade. And it's really comfortable on the lips, doesn't dry them out. I mean, I guess it kind of looks a little dry, but liquid lipsticks always kind of settle into your lines. But I think this is my favorite nude shade, and this is in the shade Truffle. And Dose of Colors has a really nice formula, or at least the ones that I've tried, they've all been really good. So that one is not going anywhere. That's going to stay in my collection. And then the last is the gloss, and I honestly didn't use the gloss that much this month just because I really liked the Dose of Colors one. But this is one of their ultra glossy lips, and this is in the shade Well Nested. And there's nothing wrong with this. It's just I didn't prefer it this month. But it is a really nice, pretty gloss. And sometimes I did pair the two together. I would put it on top of the Dose of Colors one. But I don't know. Lately I feel like glossy lipsticks more for summertime, or at least for me personally. That's when I prefer to wear them, is during the summertime and during like fall and winter. I prefer a matte lip shade. But yeah, it still feels really nice on the lips. Don't have a problem with it. The only thing I don't like is maybe the brush. It does have like an actual brush that bends and stings, and I don't really like those. I prefer like a doe foot applicator, but that's just a personal preference. But yeah, that is everything that I used for this month. That is my review on all the products. Really not that many that I didn't like. The only one that I just couldn't get to work for me, unfortunately, was the ColourPop blush here. But like I said, I will keep trying this one. It's just, I don't know if this one's just a dud. I think it's more shimmery than it is like an actual blush. But it smells amazing though. Like I opened it and I caught a whiff. Yeah, it smells pretty good. But yeah, that is my reviews on everything. So yeah, that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to comment down below and let me know what you thought of my review on the products, or if you've tried any of these products and if you agree with me or disagree with me. Let me know down in the comments. I love chatting with you guys down there. And also, if you guys could give this video a big thumbs up, that does help out my channel a lot, and also lets me know if you guys are enjoying these videos. But yeah, other than that, guys, I hope you guys are doing well and everyone is staying safe. But yeah, I think this video is actually going to be going up on Christmas Eve, so I wanted to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!